Oh wow, did you guys hear me? I think I didn't start the stream and I was talking for 13 minutes. Wow, okay, so that's what happens when you have a stream just on YouTube and not your usual stuff. Okay, hold on, did they say something? Right, welcome everyone. Apologies for what happened, but I thought I pressed the button to start streaming. Obviously, I did not. So for the past 13-14 minutes, I was talking. I was streaming in no Twitch today. This is just a YouTube stream. So yeah, apologies. I thought I'm here. I was talking, I was explaining what's happening, but obviously I didn't press go live button as I haven't done a live stream on Twitch only in ages. So apologies about that. Oliver Hedges, I got that sorted. So let me start again. So that's 14 minutes I lost. Right, first things first, left bottom corner, you can see the new promo code, all capitals, Gorax Season 4 S4, which gives you a little bit of Starlight dice and other things. 8 o'clock, I will do a giveaway using the promo codes that I received for streaming, and I will give away in total 5 Heliolite dice. So everyone will have a chance to get Heliolite dice and this promo code that will give you a little bit of Starlight dice. I went over the changes on the dungeons and etc. as this stream goal is to cover all the new content. Yeah, people are laughing because I forgot to press the button, guys. I've been talking for 14 minutes. I was going over all these dungeons and now I need to go over them again. So yes, few changes to the dungeons. The first one, Grave of Venom. I believe this is actually easier. The Harpy is in front. The Harpy shields, but Harpy is vulnerable. We can focus Harpy using all our heroes on the same target and destroy her. Okay, we can go through the shields, we can ignore the shields, we can remove the shields, etc. But the boss is way easier. Obviously this is level 9 and I am using a powerful heroes with legendary equipment already. I will however cover all of the dungeons and the lower levels on the dungeons on Friday when the game releases the Season 4, because Season 4 starts on June 21st, which is 2 days from now. So when that happens, you will see me struggling to push the content. I will try to get these dungeons done using the lower level heroes and using the lower gear, okay, with lower artifacts. Because sadly, I can't revert the artifacts. But yeah, no many changes here, as you could see. But I think this is easier. Definitely Harpy is the easier out of the 5, okay? Now Grave of Curse had a big change. The boss has 3 random buffs on himself, so we want someone with buff prohibition as always. Control immunity heroes will become quite powerful and important here. The reason for that is the boss will do an AoE, a full field AoE attack that will stun us if we have 2 or less buffs, okay? So you either bring a lot of buffs or you bring control immunity, whichever is easier for you, but debuff immunity will not work. Everything else, I believe, is similar. Except for this. Now he's got obviously oh wait, hold on. Okay, he steals 2 buffs from, yeah, he steals buffs as well. Now he has 3 buffs, right? And he gains bonus attack sorry. Each buff possesses increases recharge speed penalty by 10% for each buff and each debuff inflicted. Reduce the recharge speed penalty. So the more debuffs, the better. And that's the main change. Obviously, the fight is not hard at a higher level difficult once you hit the higher levels. But everything else before that will be a struggle. And again, I will try to do guides and how to deal with these new dungeons once I start the season, because there's no point of me showing you how to do it on a test server when I already have a high psychic core, I already have high artifacts and etc. But yeah, this will cover, and as you can see, no control immunity. We are getting stunned for quite a big time, and the boss is just pushing with his ultimate, and he can melt, right? So that's the thing you need to remember about this boss. I think he's got like one of the biggest changes, but there's also another boss. Yeah, there's no Twitch today, just YouTube. Wednesday is usually the day when I don't stream, but I've been asked to if I can provide this review stream, and all the other dates were taken, so I just went with it today. It's not going to be a long stream, but you'll have a chance to get 5 Heliolite dice if you're lucky. Now, this is the hardest one, and I obviously did it. I covered it on a preview, but sadly I can't. Well, I will do it again. So this is a DPS race. In here, the boss is the Rook in disguise. The boss will do corrosion damage, and once you get to a certain amount of the corrosion, you'll die. Alright, you'll die. There's nothing that will help you. And I'm gonna show you this team here, which is one of the slowest. Okay, this team is one of the slowest. Immortality is really powerful on this boss, as I'll show you something and how to avoid that. Right, so we want to wait with Rook to deal as much damage as possible, and Snarl died. Insta-gibbed. He got destroyed, right? Nothing I could do with that. That was one shot, right? So how do you avoid that? We know the boss is going to hit Snarl. So this is why we will cast Snarl's ultimate on himself. Any type of immortality will work the same. So he gains invincibility for 5 seconds. So that means when the boss shoots that skill again, he's not taking any damage. And that's how you counter this boss. Obviously, there will be different strategies as well once I get my hands on him, and I can use epic and rare heroes as well. But I'll show you teams that, despite having a good damage on Temporal Vortex, which is a single target oriented content, can't really do well here. And this is this team with 3 supports. You will see how powerful this boss is. Could you show the banner rotation for Season Plus? Tricky, I got a video ready for it. I'll release that video tomorrow. I'll just... yeah, that's what I'll do. Yeah, you can use higher resistance, obviously, right? And the boss deals damage. Well, the boss stuns the hero that healed the most and deal damage and stun the heroes around it as well. So you want to spread your healers. Right, so that's the boss. I think this is the hardest boss, and it's a little bit overtuned, like Rook, right? And again, here we're using those 2 healers, and that is not going to pay off well. But this is the speedy team. This is the team that is able to clear dungeons in 17 seconds. So yes, we can do it, but look at our tanks. They are gone, right? That's how hard this boss hits. And I still can't believe it. I've been talking about these dungeons for 13 minutes before I realized, why is the chat so quiet? No one's got questions. No one got requests, right? And Heretical Ruins, another dungeon that got changed. The bird is healing himself just a little bit. I mean, still AoE damage, but he doesn't deal too much extra damage, so most of the strategies will work the same. I've been using Vortex Shield to ensure that the buff prohibition is on, so the boss never goes into invincibility, because that's where he's healing. So if you can do that, then you'll do well and you don't need to worry. PB, the changes will make your life harder because you will need to understand them. Instead of running what you've been running so far, you will need to come up with the new strategies. Luckily, I don't think Grave of Venom is hard. It's still tank and spank, and basically as long as your tank survives, you're good, right? Curse is harder. If you don't have buff prohibition, and yeah, basically that. And Grave of Rot is definitely harder. However, Grave of Rot equipment is not necessary for the whole season. Yes, Mona Lisa and the set and this stun set is good, but you can probably in season 4 you can get away without having this set. As Feymander, I don't expect Feymander to be hard, okay? And yeah, this is still a hard dungeon, but few changes are there. Basically, the boss doesn't get the damage reduction anymore. It does not, but it shields himself. So yeah, few things there, but I think this is a still doable dungeon. Obviously, my team is nowhere close to optimized for this dungeon, as I have no one to resist the stun. This is just the Vortex team, so I can show you the boss basically, and I should actually stop the timings as well, so we can have some auto casting and go through. So as you will see, the boss is not getting the damage reduction that he had at certain points. He still gets buffs though, he still removes the buffs and etc. So yeah, that's quite annoying, but no much change here. You still want someone with the resistance or immunity to crowd control in the back to avoid most of the damage, okay? Use brain. Yeah, you need to use brain. Because the chat is really thinking of quitting the game and moving on. Suddenly true. Asila and Fessa make this dungeon easy. They'll probably still do that, exactly. Heretics boss won't remove buff prohibition anymore. I don't like the constant changes to gear and dungeons every season, but that's what keeps them fresh, Nate, Tom. So, yeah, otherwise we will be farming the same things, and that would be boring. At least now we have different equipment, and the bosses are different. Obviously, I would love to have a new dungeon, right? There's no changes that are in Season 1 in Season 4. If you thought this is going to happen, it's not going to happen straight away. Also, as you could see, all the dungeons, they do not have the 10 speed, okay? They don't have the increased speed, but the 10 speed will be added to the Temporal Vortex across all seasons, okay? So let's go over the Temporal Vortex and talk about changes there and a little bit about the meta. If you have not seen, I released a video today covering all the top 10 meta teams. This will obviously not reflect in 100% what's going to happen, okay? It will not, because people will find new strategies, will have better equipment, maxed out psychic cores, not like I did during the test, but it will give you it's going to give you an idea how this is going to look, right? And in the end, the top 9 teams do not really matter, but big change to the Temporal Vortex and something that we could not test yet, and I'm looking forward to testing it. I want to see what's happening. Here we can see 2 modes, a normal mode, a mode that we know about, okay? We know everything about the mode, nothing is changing here, and a raging mode. And if you want to know more about raging mode, you can watch the video on YouTube that I released, because it's not accessible to us, but they gave us a sneak peek into it. And all I can tell you is there is more strategy involved here, because you can change the buffs your team will benefit from, which is quite interesting, because you can play Wild Team. Someone else can play Wild Team. Both of you can use the same heroes, same equipment, but now you also have different buffs. And if you use better buffs than the other person, you will take him over in the rankings, which is quite interesting. We don't know what the rewards are, when it's going to open, and what the rules are, but I am quite excited about it. Sadly, this is still the same boss, just reddish raging mode, probably made for non-Rook players, because everyone who didn't have Rook was raging, rightfully so. Rook is OP, and we'll see if those changes that this mode enables will put Rook behind the other teams, or Rook will dominate that new mode as well. We'll find out soon, hopefully, and see how this is. Let me quickly answer a few questions. Every season you hate to face Ancient Battlefield. I agreed. I think this is the hardest dungeon, but now I think the Rot will be. Do you think Lord 13 with no exclusive artifact will still compete with top 3-4 teams? No, I don't think so, Tricky. I think the low fear exclusive artifact is what makes him so powerful. It is simpler. The Ancient Battlefield is definitely easier than previous seasons. So yeah, as I said, the big change here is the 10 speed on Temporal Vortex. Finally, we can quickly test our teams rather than wait for 8 minutes. Also, the difference between Season 3 and Season 4 is we lost a lot of defensive capabilities, like Puppeteer set, who was the most OP set in Season 3. You could have 2 sets and you didn't need a tank set, and almost all the teams were able to survive 150 plus stacks. This is not going to happen in Season 4. In Season 4, to survive more than 150 or 200 stacks, you will need 3 supports. The teams with 2 supports will not be enough unless the maximum Psychic Core will change that, but I don't think that 15% damage reduction is that much. So yeah, this is it. That's the 10 speed that we got here. Now, people were curious if this 10 speed is going to be only for Season 4. No, this 10 speed will be across all servers. However, I believe only Season 1 will not have 10 speed on Temporal Vortex 1, 2, and 3. They will receive the 10 speed on Temporal Vortex 4. I believe that's what we've been told, and Jack Gaming can confirm that if he's got time. Now, the meta, I covered all of that in today's video. I went 20 minutes over each team, skill timings, and etc. So if you want to see how these teams perform, you can go and have a look after the stream. And remember, this will be something that will help you going further into the season. You can always rewind, rewatch, and build your teams if you got some new goodies. Cool effects. Bro, please just spend 1 minute on banners later in the stream. The banners, I can quickly go over them and you guys will pause it and rewatch it, because as I said, I will have this covered in a separate video. Okay, I have the video recorded. I went over it in previous streams, but yeah, we'll have obviously the typical banner, the 20 scroll, the Heliolite, Celestial banner with these heroes here. Okay, I believe this is one of the best banners available actually, and so early on. And then we have another Celestial banner here with these heroes, Celestial banner with those heroes, and then another one. Obviously, I went in depth with which heroes I believe are the best for these banners in the video that I will release tomorrow around 12 o'clock. So today after the stream, I will go and render it. But for the time being, you can see what is available when. And the biggest downside here is, I'm not sure if you noticed that when I went through these banners so quickly, but Orphina, my most wanted hero, is nowhere in the Celestial banner. She is only in the Blessed banners, which means I'll have only 30% chance of getting her, which is not ideal unless they change the list before it hits the live servers. Hopefully they will, because if I don't get her from the 20, I will have hard time getting her anywhere else. We covered the Vortex, we covered the dungeons, the domains also got changed, and I don't see the reason why. And I've mentioned that when I thought I'm streaming, but I didn't, that if you increase the difficulty of a dungeon, please increase the rewards as well. There's no point of us struggling to get the same rewards we were getting last season. So I haven't done these domains really, like focused anything, because it's so easy. But if you look at the boss here, the boss will remove your shields, okay, so you can't mitigate damage here anymore, and the boss will also inflict more stacks of the burn. So buff prohibition, debuff immunity will come in handy against this boss, but there's no point. Well, I can run it just quickly, but it was easy with obviously min-max teams. You can see the promo code in the left bottom corner. Okay, so I don't think we'll actually live long. The boss will live long enough for us to get the shield removed. But yeah, it does that with this. Makes the fight harder, and this was already the hardest domain, truth to be told. Yes, sorry, I haven't played Season 1 with the new changes yet, so I have no idea, really, how this looks in Season 1, but I don't like the domains the way they are. I believe the Season 4 changes have to come very quickly to other seasons, especially, I mean, as someone who didn't play them, I don't know what they do, but if you played Season 1, you definitely want them in Season 2, so hopefully the developers will listen and push it as a priority. So another domain, this is the domain where we are fighting against the Frost Witch. I wonder if we can do that and the fight will go on. Yeah, so that's good. The changes here are, I believe she removes, she casts buff prohibition on ourselves and dispels one buff from us. Other than that, I don't believe there were too many changes. But she has become more annoying, and I'll see if it will be still the easiest dungeon to do, because that domain was the easiest out of all the domains available in any season. You could really farm level 5 very early in the game, okay? So we'll see how impactful those little changes were. And how annoying it will be, because, you know, dispelling, buff prohibition might be big. Also, dispelling one buff from us on top of it. But, you know, later on it doesn't really matter. Oh, they are fixed, so oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, I agree. As you could see, I had 3 Frost and 6 Shadow here. So, not ideal. And this is obviously still the hardest domain. And yeah, the one that I always struggle, because I can't really build a good team against that. So let's quickly see what the boss does, what changes we have. I'll go over the skills, and I believe the ads are actually more powerful, and the boss, oh, come on, I forgot to turn that off. Yeah, and the boss is getting more buffs basically. So yeah, buff prohibition, stuff like that, and we can deal with it. Obviously on lower levels it will be hard. It was already the hardest domain. So yeah. Oh, you need to run less dungeons to upgrade. Nice, nice. Definitely, I'm looking forward to Season 1 changes eventually in Season 4, hopefully. Okay, so after this will basically cover all the dungeons, right? There's no new weekly dungeons. There's no changes to PvP arena. The story opens only in Otherworld Exploration, so we'll have a short story in Otherworld Exploration, and that's it. So we'll do all this previews, well, dungeons, previous zones again, and focus on upgrading our heroes, basically. Goblin Dungeon again. There's no experience speed, which is a shame. I was really looking forward to it. But yeah, quite a lot of new heroes. Some of them are really good. Some of them I had no chance to test because they're more PvP oriented, and we can't really test PvP properly unless we collaborate with each other and do duels, okay? But it's very hard to get on at the same time. So yeah, we'll be doing the zones basically. So that covered the dungeons, area exercise. Okay, so let's go over the heroes. The heroes that are available in the banner, and the question is asked quite often: are we getting any exclusive heroes? Yes, we are. The difference is we are getting the exclusive heroes on the level of Elecabre, Mithracy, Berengar, Crisis, okay? So these are the exclusive heroes that do not have any exclusive artifacts. And the heroes are Ifyr, who has cool mechanic where he summons clones, up to 5 clones, and I believe he might be, despite having a support tag, a powerful PvP hero like Questa. Questa is also support, but he looks like an assassin that can really change the outcome of the fight. And another exclusive who is probably very powerful. I mean, probably because I couldn't test him, we can't play arena, but his skills are wall of text, as you can see here, and they are really powerful. Look at this control immunity and all these debuffs. That is really powerful. And cool animation as well. So these are the 2 exclusive heroes that we have. Then other heroes, I did cover them in a separate YouTube video, but we have Pikestone, who is a great buffer and burn enabler. Halrammer, who I didn't have chance to test properly, but he is also looking very powerful, especially since his companion can be targeted. It's standing next to him. Shala, who I am not convinced about. I tried her, but it might be just the issue with the aura heroes that are not really that good, but we'll find out if people can use them properly. Orfina, the most wanted hero. I believe she is one of the strongest heroes in Season 3, but she's not for everyone. If you have Perkunte, she's the perfect match. If you don't have Perkunte, but you have Shainachtan and Nissa, she might finally be someone you can use later in the game with those heroes, because she does damage on pair with Perkunte, which is amazing, as Perkunte is the exclusive hero, and there's not many heroes who can do the almost same damage as the exclusive of their type. Perseus is another very interesting hero with a passive that can reduce the damage, the attack by 30% and attack speed by significant amount as well. Now this attack reduction works on the bosses, and I proved that during a video where I go over the skills of these heroes. Feliciberta, I did not have chance to test her, as she seems like PvP oriented hero, maybe Feymander as well, because she's got a lot of crowd control, but I was never a fan of the Frozen, but now she's got some synergy with it. Maitan is a very good hero. Maitan is actually a really good single target rather than AoE. Well, probably AoE as well, but she's got, or he She's got a good AoE, sorry, she's got a good damage output, and if you don't have Ascetius, she will or might outdamage the Arrakis as well, okay? So she is a good addition, and I saw few very good burn teams with her instead of Ascetius. Now, one of the strongest supports in Season 4, and someone I would highly suggest to pull for, unless she's bugged and will get fixed. But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think she is bugged, because we have icons finally, but she steals 30% and 30% of HP and 30% of the defense of the target nearest, of the nearest enemy. And this works on bosses. Obviously not the HP portion, but the defense portion, and you can see that in action, and she helps the team to do really good damage. On top of that, she's got amazing healing as well. Hold on. Yeah, so if enemies have buff, she has a chance to replace that buff with one of the random debuffs. So that sounds like a good PvP hero already. But it also works on bosses, and obviously Necrosis has a really bad, well, not bad. Necrosis has hard to get good healers like Thorin, Gulendel, okay? They're very hard to get. Estella now with the buffs is also amazing, but she is really powerful. And the healing with Horn obviously will boost the damage of the team, and I'm really fan of her. Then we have Miro, who was a rather big disappointment for me. If you read his skills, you would assume he will be a powerful damage dealer. Like he can get he can take the damage. Well, the boss or whatever takes 100% increase damage, more damage from the critical damage when he's got 5 stacks. That's huge, as we know how this scales. But I mean, he didn't do too well, so that's the biggest disappointment from these heroes. And yeah, I've been asked if I'm going to pull in Season 4 banner. I'll probably skip it if I'm lucky on my 20 summons. So obviously 20 summons, that will guarantee me 2 legendary heroes. If I'm lucky there, then I will skip that banner. But if I am not, and you had a chance to look through these celestial banners with me, if I want Orfina for my Perkunta, I won't get her from celestial summons, only from the blessed ones, which is terrible. 30% chance to get the hero you want is not ideal when you have 100% chance on the celestial, even if it costs you more dice. So that's something I am considering, and if you want to find out what I'm going to do, I'll stream on Friday. As I mentioned, Friday when the season starts, I'll start streaming, hopefully somewhere in the morning. So you can join me and wish me luck, or do what other does. So what other people do is when I'm doing my summoning session, they are also summoning, and luckily for them, they've got really good summons, which I don't during that sessions. But yeah, Season 4 banner, not worth it. I would say depending where you are, if you're looking for an upgrade to your, if you are like me, I have Ozul on my main account. I don't have an exclusive artifact of Ozul, but Ozul without the exclusive artifact is still very powerful. So for me, boosting this Shadow team is a priority, because Shadow team is doing amazing damage so far. Continental Challenge in Season 3, End Game Boss in Season 3. That was my second best team, basically. So I am looking for ways to improve it. So that's why I want that Astarion. I want her to help me, because otherwise I have only Estella and Megan. I don't have Thorin. And as I said, I have Perkunte, and Orfina is just powerful. And I mean, I don't even need to, you don't need to believe my word. You can actually see Orfina in action, right? So I'm not even using any kind of Thunder Blast artifact, and I really could. There is one that will increase her damage, but look at the damage spread here, okay? Orfina is powerful hero. She's like terrible, basically. So she's my most wanted. There are a few very good banners in Season 3 as well, but remember, we have a Dungeon and Dragons event coming up in June, they said. So, you know, maybe end of the June. There were leaks about the hero already, so you probably know what hero is that, but, you know. Then we will, maybe this year, hopefully in the summer, Oak Festival, which will give us a chance to get exclusive heroes. And as we know, they are really powerful and important for certain damage archetypes. So there's a lot of ways to spend your dice. But look at this damage, 48% Percunte, 44 Orfina. Now, if you think this is because this is single target, you're quite right. But on the AoE, the difference is by, I think, like 10% only. We can start the stream now, Nicholas. Hi. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I thought the stream is on and I've been talking for 13 minutes before I realized that the stream was not on. So imagine my embarrassment and how upset I was that basically 13 minutes and that's lost now. But worry not, 10 more minutes, the giveaway, and then I'll finish going over all the changes, all what's left in Season 4. And I think there's no much left, really. Oh yeah, artifacts and the equipment. So yeah, I had a little bit of time to play around the artifacts that I think are quite useful, and same with equipment. I know people were saying one of the equipment sets is bugged, but it's not. It's just that the benefits of this set are quite hard to achieve, as you need a lot of stats on them. Okay, so I'll go over that quickly. So there we go. So that's the team. Quite surprised. Obviously, if you watched Hype Pseudo's video, he's got better affinity and he's been min-maxing a lot. So his damages are way higher than mine. But it's actually a cool comparison because he can do over 140 million with his Percunte team, while I do 117, right? He can do way more with his Nastienka team than I do. But the difference between those two teams is like 30 million, which again shows you how powerful they can become. His Rook is not doing that much damage compared to mine though, so that's interesting because his Rook should scale more. But Rook is still just... yeah, let's forget about the rat. Could you test Locker Temp with no exclusive artifact? Tricky, that's not the today's stream agenda, okay? I'm not gonna go through these teams. I'll do that tomorrow probably. So yeah, let's go over the equipment and what artifacts I believe are good in Season 4. So the new addition of the artifacts, they are here on the bottom. And as you can see, I only leveled few. The issue with test server is they don't give us enough Essence of Creation and we need to summon. We need to summon to get the Essence of Creation. And it's quite annoying. So obviously a few that stand out. Misty Conch, this is an artifact that can make your team apply 2 defense penalties. This is very situational though, because you want to use it on a hero that you don't really expect to apply a buff, or applies a buff that you don't need, okay? So there are few heroes that can utilize it. So if you're playing Scenario, for example, with hold on. If you play in Scenario with Furor buff, right? So Fire Poison. Scenario has a almost 100% upkeep on his passive, which applies attack penalty on the enemy. So if you put in Furor buff into the team because you don't have Ogok, or you know, we're not gonna have the new hero Calavera, who I didn't mention, she's amazing, okay? She's definitely the top 3 hero in this season, and everyone will have a chance to get her. So if you got her, if you can play Furor buff and Scenario, you don't need Furor buff's ultimate, really, because you don't need that attack penalty. So you don't build Furor buff with accuracy. You make sure the boss resists your attack penalty, and that means you can apply 2 defense penalties. So one on your Whisk, Dargo, or whoever is your witches remain applier like Tonalnen, Eric, Twitch if you play in poison. Obviously I'm looking at these affinities, right? And use this there, but obviously this attack percentage and attack here will not benefit through buff. So now you need to do the math, you need to run tests if this is going to increase your team damage more than what we already been using, which is the horn. Okay, so again, run and test. This artifact in theory might be the meta, but might not be the meta as well, as there are a few really powerful artifacts that we already use and a few others that we will probably be looking for. Another very good artifact is the Poison of Swamp. This is the artifact that I've been using on quite a lot of damage dealers, and the reason for that is during my previous tests in Season 3, I noticed that when I put this artifact on any kind of damage dealer, not Rook only, this artifact can outperform most really powerful artifacts. Like, I put this on Garfin and only the roots were doing more damage. When I put this on Garfin, this artifact outdamaged the Ice Blast exclusive, and that's because the crit damage we gain here is big boost to our damage. So this is why this artifact, again, in similar fashion, is very powerful. On top of that, we're also gaining a 10% crit rate when we are getting healed. So with heroes like Frurbuff, Megan, or someone who's got very powerful battle skill that can constantly heal, this is a really powerful artifact because the crit damage stacks up to 3 times, which gives you a 45% crit damage and 10% crit rate on top of all that. Aura exclusive, yeah, if you have Amon Lydia, then you can try something like that, exactly. I don't have Amon Lydia, so I've been using Rook. But now we have an option, we don't need an exclusive to have the same powerful artifact. Another interesting artifact, however, it didn't show its powers, well, I would say like that, it didn't really prove its worth compared to this, is this one, okay? So when the wearer releases a non-AoE ultimate skill, the damage dealt will be increased by 10%, and when releasing again on the same enemy target, damage dealt will be increased by 20%. And there is 100% chance to inflict the healing reduction, which is quite maybe quite good. We don't know what kind of bosses, well, obviously it doesn't matter when it comes to bosses, but healing reduction is quite good in the Feymander and Pillars as well, especially in Pillars when you're playing against the Radiant Pillar. So yeah, it looks very powerful, but I didn't really have a chance to see its worth. Maybe with rally team like Huberg, etc., this will be on par with the Flute. However, I don't think it would. This is really, really strong rally artifact. But anyway, the next artifact, and I believe the next artifact is going to be the strongest artifact in Season 4. And good news, all of you can get it, okay? All of you can get it if you can clear the Pillar of the Trial. Right? This artifact is really powerful. Look at this. HP and attack percentage, right? 5% attack and defense when you have 3 elemental affinity. But as we know, in the end game, most of us will have 5 elemental affinity. So it becomes 2 times. So 10% attack, 10% defense. This is a powerful artifact to boost melee damage dealers. And works in similar fashion as Pipe Organ. Pipe Organ only increases the attack of the range heroes. That increases the attack and defense of all heroes. And this is a huge damage boost. I'm just gonna show you these 2 teams. If you've been playing a Beldel team, you've been using Zorak as well, let's say. Right, so that's a Zorak team. I'm gonna run first. Well, you can see what damage I've done here. I've done 135 million damage here with this team using this artifact. If I put Fanon, which is currently best in slot, let's see how much damage I can do. And I'm trying to prove a point here, and imagine if I hit a RNG god bonus and I actually outdamage the team that with that artifact. That would be funny. That can happen as well. Louis Riveron, you say it's better for Whisk than Witches Remain, but Whisk doesn't apply any debuff, so how does it work? Don't worry, I'll keep you correct. Yeah, so as you can see, that is over 7 million damage difference. It might not seem like it's a lot, 7 million, but we are not hitting the same numbers we were in previous seasons. And 7 million, if we were playing in a world without Rook, 7 million damage would definitely be a big difference. However, if you can't play with Rook or against Rook, you're doomed. Okay, so it's 8 o'clock now, and I see there's quite a lot of you here, okay? So I'll need to explain how we're gonna do the giveaway. So the giveaway is pretty simple, right? We're gonna roll the dice. All you'll need to do is give me a number. However, don't do it now. Okay, wait till I explain everything, because there will be a change in the rules. Since there's over 90 of you, which is quite a big number, there might be a lot of decks. Okay, Good Hunter, not yet. Okay, let me explain the rules and then we will do it. So instead of the number between 1 and 10, we're going to increase the number to 12, okay? So it will be between 1 and 12. And the most important thing, do not write multiple numbers. Only one, only the first number you input will be valid. So if you put 2 numbers and the second one is correct, I'm sorry, but you'll not be taken into consideration. Now, if there is a single winner, then we're not doing the duck race, which will be a shame. Okay, so let me quickly hold on, pop-out chat. Okay, so you will be able to see my screen, and I'll explain the rules again. Okay, so this is the dice roller. I'll press on 12 and we'll see a number. So as you can see, don't put your numbers yet. As you can see, I'm writing this message here. When I press enter, only the numbers between the lines will be taken into consideration, okay? So start writing your number between 1 to 12, okay? Just 1 per person. I will check it, don't worry. And when I press enter again, as you can see here, that will conclude the entry, okay? So you will not be able. Astrea, if you want the code, hold on, let me see if you were one of the winners. No, Astrea, this is a new batch of codes. So if you won something previously before my big break, then you can still participate and win. Now, the first place will get a 3 Heliolite dice. The second place will get 2 Heliolite dice code. Okay, so there's only 2 winners. So keep that in mind. Even if you are not first, you'll still have a chance to win something, okay? The thing that DragonHeir have given me is the promo code. So there's an exclusive promo code. It was in the left bottom corner. It will come back when I'll go over the equipment. But for the time being, we're doing this giveaway here. And I'll give everyone 1 more minute. I'm gonna drink some water. You do it as well. Stay hydrated. And we'll see who's the winner. Okay, so when it's 4 past, I'm going to stop. I'm going to press enter. So this is your last chance to get some free Heliolite dice. And it is there. Okay, so I'm pressing enter. There we go. Okay, so that concludes it. 1 to 12. Let's roll the dice. And the winners are 5s. Let's see how many 5s we have. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there is a duck race. Obviously, every number below the lines is not taken into consideration. I'm really sorry. Yeah, PB, you won the free Heliolite dice. So if you rank 1, okay, if you rank 1 on the duck race, you can exchange your reward for the 2 Heliolite dice code. Obviously, the person who wins the 2 Heliolite dice code, I believe, will be more than happy to trade for 3 Heliolite dice. Okay, so let me just open the duck race and I'll explain the rules of the duck race as well, because some of you have never played it. So first things first, let me get the names. Ace Gaming, well done. The first 5. 15, Good Hunter. Is not 1 to 12. Cosmin. Okay, just to confirm if this is the first Cosmin's answer. Yes, it is. Let's look at the next person, the Real Madman. Okay, let's see if this is the first Real Madman answer. Well, looks like it is. The next, PB. So PB is the winner of the previous duck race. So let's see how the contenders will do. Okay, so that concludes it. That's our 4. I'm surprised there's only 4. Seems like no one likes the 5. There's so many 7s, though. Okay. All the answers below the scores are not taken into consideration, only the numbers between them. Pickle? No, Pickle had 15, what, didn't he? Hold on. Let's look at this again. PB, the Real, Cosmin, Good Hunter, Ace Gaiman. Pickle? Who's Pickle? Oh, there is Pickle! Well done, well spotted. Thank you. I forgot about me. Yes, sorry, Pickle. Such a small Pickle, I couldn't see it. But there we are, Pickle 5. Okay, that's the last one, definitely. Let's just confirm that Pickle had answered only once. Yes, he did. Go, Pickle. Now Pickle is the dark horse of this race, okay? So there we go. Let's increase the size of it. That's our 5. Okay, it's going to be a 1 minute race. So feed your ducks, okay? Don't forget to feed your ducks. I wish there was like, hold on, let's do it. Show your support, engage with your audience, start the pool. Who will win the race? Okay, so let's see who will win the race. 1 second, there will be a pool, guys. I forgot the names. So we got Ace Gaiman. We got Cosman. We got the Real Madman. I wonder if you guys will guess. We got PB. Oh man, I hope I can have 5 answers. No, I don't. Right, guys. So if you vote for Pickle, please write Pickle. Sadly, I don't have that here. I can only do 4. Pickle, once again. I don't know what's happening. You're outside. You're an outcast. But maybe this will be lucky for you. This is going to be the promo code is the one that will show in the left bottom corner. These codes that they are fighting for are gift codes for a single person. This is not fair for Pickle. I know, Pickle is just the 5th man. Okay, so we got 25 votes and it's all very close, and I think Pickle is the one who has the most votes. How do I feed a duck? By doing the good deeds, man. If you've been nice, the duck will reward you. If you've been naughty, your duck will stay behind the competition. Okay, 30 votes, 31. Let's finish this. Okay, so 30 votes, 32. So according to the votes, Ace Gaiman is in the lead. But don't forget Pickle, who's got 3 votes. Okay, let's start. Okay, these are our ducks. So Pickle, man, Pickle. We got PB. Yeah, he's got a crown. Like they know he won previously, right? Red Duck as the real. I forgot the name. The Real Madman. Then we have 2. Oh, sorry, that duck has Strawberry, and that is Cosman. The last number 1 duck is Ace Gaiman. So it's actually a reversed order here, okay? So let's start, and good luck, everyone. Look at that, Pickle in the lead, Cosman taking over, but Real Madman is there. Look at this sprint. 20 seconds left and the Ace Gaiman is just chilling. But did he save the strength? Did he save his strength for the last sprint? PB again. 2nd place so far. Pickle! Oh man, everyone's so close. Everyone's so close. And look at this Cosman. Cosman is first, but who's second? Who's second? Let's see. PB. Very close. I think Pickle didn't have big enough of a belly. So close. So close. Okay, the winners. Cosman. Cosman, do you have Discord? Crown went. PB, since I'm not streaming on Twitch today, can you whisper me on Discord? Same for you, PB. If you can, either join my Discord or or whisper me, okay? There you go. I'll send you codes. Okay, PB, I believe that's you because obviously I gave you the code last time. Just to confirm, that's the code I gave you last time. Okay, so today you won, as a second place, you won 2 Heliolite dice. Okay, so well done. That also means you received all the codes you can from me. So you can still participate in that race, but you will not be able to redeem your codes, okay? Because these codes are single use only. Yeah, you can either add me or join my Discord and write on the chat, okay? Hi, Lifter Sheik, welcome. Right, so there's a link to my Discord. You can join it, write on the chat, and I will write back. Okay, I got message from you, I think, and then okay, Cosmin, I'm writing you a message, okay? Okay, I send you a message. Please answer it. Thank you, Cosmin. There's a call going for you. And I hope you can see now the promo code once again. Let me see. Yes. Okay, so you can see promo code in the left corner. Let me move it to the right one. Actually, no, because we're going to the hero selection anyway. We're going to talk about the equipment, and I think this is the last thing I'm going to cover today. And tomorrow I'll be back on my own agenda, so I will be testing instead of talking about the changes of Season 4, okay? So equipment-wise, we have few new sets, few old sets, and on test server, we have access to all of them. So, first, the mythic equipment is exactly the same, okay? So we will still have gloves, the Strike of the Unprepared, Chaos Symbiosis, Death Record, Magic Crystal, Refinement, and Mark of Authority, I believe. That is the last one, isn't it? Yeah, and same issue as in Season 3. If you're lucky, you will have a lot of crit rate, crit damage gloves. But if you are unlucky, you might get only one pair. And look at what they gave me on a test server. A single one with terrible rolls. So all my tests are not giving me big numbers because I have to use crit rate gloves. And sometimes I'm overflowing with crit rate, right? So that's the issue with a test server. Also, when it comes to runes, there's another issue that we can't really get good runes, so I'll need to farm equipment, but that's okay. That's test server anyway. So yeah, this is back. Now, when it comes to the chests, we still have the old chests. So Monali's Blessing. I'm not sure about you, but during Season 3, this dungeon, the Grave of Curse, was the dungeon I farmed the most, and I only got one Enlightenment. Monolith's Blessing. Just a single one. That is disappointing. And I wish they will change that going forward. I already suggested that. Many other content creators have suggested that as well. If you make mythic equipment, please make it head and the weapon so it's easier for us to put proper gloves and chests, okay? So that's the mythics. But now let's talk about the other equipment that we got. So as you can see, I have access to all previous sets because that's a bug. That is not what's gonna happen, so don't worry. We will not be fishing, we'll not be running Grave of Venom and looking to get 7 sets. We'll only get those 4, and not that one, okay? So we're gonna have Emissary. Emissary is a reworked, well, it is a new Emperor set. We don't have Emperor set in Season 4. We have this set with attack and haste, and when releasing ultimate skill, the hero gains up to 4% damage bonus up to 5 stacks, which stacks at 20%, which is very powerful. Now another set that we got, and this is something that, well, actually no, before we go over that, this set, Echo of War, is powerful. This is probably the best attack, basic attack set we had so far, because it gives us attack percent and attack speed, but also 50% grants us 50% attack speed on top of it. As you can see, the 3-piece effect gives us 50%. So let me put it on. Ozul is a good example. Do I have a set here? No, I don't. Okay, so let's just put anything, right? So look at my attack speed. It's at 227, and if I put 2 sets, right, it's at 192. It doesn't show here, right? Because this effect only works in the battle, right? So 50%, that is huge. 50% is what some good damage dealers have. On top of that, the basic attacks trigger a critical hit. When they trigger critical hit, the current damage dealt is increased by 10%. It's not the damage your hero does. The damage of that critical hit is increased by 10%. Okay? So that's how it works. It's very powerful. On heroes like Ozul, Farivo, and even Orfina, everyone who is based around basic attacks, this set is really powerful this season. And then we have Shade of Death. So people were saying this set is bugged. It might be, but it's also because when we deal critical hit, 10% of the crit damage difference between the hero and the enemy will be converted into damage up to 20%. So for us to get 20%, we will need to have 200 crit damage and over. If you have below, you will never get to 20%. This is why this set is better if you can cast ultimates, because you will have this 20%. Unless you have over 200 crit damage, okay? But again, this might be still bugged even though I went through that explanation, okay? Or it might work totally different. But this is the new set, and this is the attack percentage and crit rate set, okay? And we don't have Rhapsodis this season, but Rhapsodis was terrible last season, okay? But we have a new and buffed, well, an old but buffed and clean set, and this is why teams like Flora and Lorenfiel, they are doing quite significant damage this season, because this went from 20% to 25%. The 5% might not sound like a lot, but this is 25% increase from the previous one, so that is a lot, okay? And this is very powerful set for Enlightenment based heroes. We don't have Aerial set, and we don't have Emperor Might set this season. Defensive sets, we have Hope of the Oasis, which gives us haste and HP. Now, this 3-piece bonus is when the wearer's HP is higher than 60%, the damage taken will be reduced by 25%. When it comes to content, usually we keep our heroes with enough HP to utilize it. On Vortex, for example, we are taking damage between the skills, but if we heal up, this will take effect. So this is very powerful for tanks, and I've been using that on that new support basically. We don't have the Tundra set. The Ancestral Protection set, the Resistance one, that is not the one we're getting. We're getting the old Ancestral Protection with defense, which is amazing and really helpful for our Ardrev, Gariuses, etc. heroes that scale with defense. And then we also receive Serial Set. Okay, so Serial Set is back, and this is really powerful and useful set on supports that apply buffs in any way, because they will also grant 15% attack up for our heroes. And as I mentioned, the old defense, Ancestral Protection. When it comes to the blue sets, we don't have Puppeteer. Puppeteer is the best defensive set in the game because you can stack. That adds up to a lot of extra defense. We're gonna have Power of Tides, which is a set that will inflict silence, but it only takes effect every 8 seconds. So I don't know if silence is as good as Holy Hunter set, but we'll find out because we are getting Holy Hunter set. Okay, that's amazing. This is good news for those of you who struggle in Feymander and can't quite complete it yet in each level. And we'll still have Monolith's Blessing for those who need haste or double haste sets. So extra healing. But so far in all the Vortex teams that I've run, I haven't used Monolith's set. I haven't used. This is why even though the the Grave of Rot is harder, I'm not bothered because I know I won't be using Power of the Tides and Holy Hunter unless I really want to play PvP. Okay, so I've been asked the question if that is a permanent stack. Okay, so let's go to Vortex 1. And who do I have this one? No, Rook is running with this. He's running the new Enlightenment set. Is Beldel running it? No, Beldel is running this. There we go, okay. Now, a word of advice, right? If you're running 10-speed Vortex, please do not press this button as your game will probably crash on mobile or will glitch. It's going to lag you like hell. Okay, so let's see Perkunta's ultimate. It's going to happen soon. They put that set on him. Oh no, I put the wrong set. Oh man. Yeah, we want the Emissary set. So Beldel team will have a lot of buffs. So let's go with the team that has less buffs on. Okay, so we're looking at the Rook. Yeah, we can see first stack of the damage bonus +4. And as you can see, it's not coming off. Well, it's not dispellable. It's not coming off. So we're gonna have a second cast and we got 2 stacks. And the previous stack is not dispelled. Now, keep in mind, we had similar set in one of the seasons and it got nerfed. I think it was season 2, wasn't it? So it wasn't coming off, but they fixed it and it started coming off. That was the set that nerfed Ice Blast Team a little bit. Because whenever you used a skill back then, yes, whenever you used a skill, you were getting a buff. So yeah, if this doesn't get changed, right, the Emissary set will be really powerful because we can get to the 5 stacks and reap the benefits. So that's why this 20% constant buff doesn't really, and the other set doesn't really outperform this one. And with this set, we can also go on 19.5 second rotation on our damage dealers. So there we go. That answers your question. It's not going off. It's not coming off, okay? It looks like it's permanent, but I would expect that to eventually either get fixed or just stay this way. That's 2 ways, okay? But that covers everything that I wanted to show you today. As I said, today's video was all about showing you the changes in Season 4. If you are wondering how the teams perform and everything else, you can rewatch the videos that I already released. But I'll also cover a few other things like the banners, etc. with videos to come, probably tomorrow, maybe in the afternoon. Also, Friday, I will be streaming. I'm not sure what time and if through all the day, but I will stream the beginning of Season 4 because I haven't decided what I'm going to run yet. And I'll also do a little bit of summoning. And while on topic of summoning, let's do some summons. So I've exhausted this banner. I've summoned so many heroes in this banner, and you can see here how many soul imprints I got. So as you can see, the highest chance of getting a hero was Felici Berta for me. Obviously, this is totally RNG. For you, it might be even the exclusive hero. But for me, it was Felici Berta. So yeah, that's low chance here on the hero that I really want. So that's not going to be good summoning experience. But what I want to do today, before I finish the stream, is I want to pull here and see what I can get, because this is going to be a practice run to see if this is going to be worth pulling for. So let's do it. Let's get that 80 summons in and see if this is good choice. Obviously, this is a simulation, so it will be different on global because the hero pool is tremendous. But let's see how lucky I am going to be and who is going to be my extra legendary. I know some people managed to pull exclusive heroes from it. So we'll see. That's actually 59 and first legendary. So not too bad. And that's another 15. Let's see. There we go. 15 on average. And we got Rose. But those are the 2 heroes that I currently own. So I wouldn't be happy with them, as I already have a lot of soul imprints that I can use to get the artifacts. Wow, Vinyara. Okay, so she is someone I really want. So far, a legendary hero per 15 summons. So I got 3 legendary heroes at the moment. Let's see if this luck keeps on giving, because a 15 dice per legendary hero is a really good odds. No, so now I am at 60 and I didn't get it, but let's see how close I am to that. Hopefully I won't hit pity. Well, we'll see. Yes, okay, so I'm hitting the pity and I didn't get it. Last 5, so 3 legendary heroes so far. Only 1 that would really benefit my account, and then a Rush, which I would call with T, but yeah, I don't like him, never find use for him. But 4 legendary heroes out of 80. Obviously, the hero pool is so big, it doesn't really give you a chance to pull what you want. But no exclusive hero as well. But let's see who's that going to be. Okay, so I'll have a 5 heroes out of 80 dice, and so far only one new. One that is quite powerful and I could use. And look at this! Wow! Okay, that was lucky. That's what could get you high in the Temporal Vortex, even without the exclusive. Wow. Wow. Okay, if that was someone else for me, because I don't need inspiration on a Rook, I would prefer to get another exclusive, but look at this. Jack Gaiman, did you do your summons? Could you do that? I mean, I'm surprised I get an exclusive hero from 80. Wow. Anyway, guys, let's finish this. That's me for today. Thank you all for joining. I know I screwed up in the beginning. 13 minutes. I was talking to myself and I didn't press go live button. That is bad for a streamer like me. But it was fun. It was fun seeing you today on a day that I'm usually not streaming on. And good luck to those who won the giveaways. Maybe it will bring you Rook as well, as this is going to be Season of Rook again, Season 4. And remember, promo code, all capitals, Gorax S4. Get that Starlight dice, and I'll see you on the next stream.